Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's edition of the Just Us Review, where we like to take our favorite shows. You know how it is. It can be superhero-based, sci-fi based. We don't care because we like a lot of stuff out there. We break them down and we give you guys that knit and that gray. You know us. We don't hold back. If we like it, we love it. If we hate it, you're going to hear about it. And today, with all the news going on with the DC universe and everything, we got to talk about the latest animated feature that came out. That's right. We talked about Justice League Apokolips. In this one, the world is in peril yet again. And they have to come together, band together as a unit to fight Darkseid yet again. Now, we have a bunch of mixed reviews about this, but you know what? Let's stop pussyfooting around. Let's dig right into this. How do we feel about it? It was horrible.
Ain't nothing mixed about that shit.
So let's make sure we're not jumping all over the place. Let's talk about, first thing we need to address is the plot, its structure, and its and the way it fits into the continuity of DC universe.
So the plot was Constantine. So
and he's not wrong, because this was Justice League Dark. They had to throw the Justice League. I don't know if they were contractually obligated to do a second Justice League Dark movie. It was like, hey, we got to do a second Justice League Dark movie, but we also have one more movie.
And you know the sad part. And we're going to get to you in a second. The sad part is it felt like that. Like, when I'm watching the intro, it felt like there was a cast meeting for everybody. It's like, all right, everybody come in. All right, we got to do this shit again.
They're giving us one more, so let's make it look like we get tempted.
Constantine, Zatanna. Of course, Batman, you got to be in here, too, for some reason. Okay, let's get this over with. All right, everybody, let's shoot this. Go ahead.
So, since you brought up Constantine, I'm just going to get this out here now. I don't know what the fetish or obsession is with this character. His character is not interesting. His character is not great.
He's one note.
Yeah, like, who's doing his voice? The asshole that does him in that show?
Yeah.
Stop giving him work.
Here's the deal. I've read up on Constantine, and I'm mad at that because in the comic books, he's a lot better than he's being portrayed, and that pisses me off because it's like when you know a character is good, like Cyclops, where they never show him correctly.
So let me tell you what the problem is with Constantine. Okay, imagine, if you will, let's take another comic book property. I don't know, The Boys. Now, imagine, what's the Superman character's name from The Boys?
Homelander.
Imagine Homelander in all his glory. You've seen how he is on the show. Now, drop him in the Marvel Universe. But he can't be as raw as he was in The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
That's Constantine to me. He had his own book, Hellblazer. That was an adult thing. And he got to live over there. And that was fine. I respected him for that. But then DC had to be whores, so they put him in the DC Universe. And
it's not the same, right?
Yeah, and now they want to act like he's the biggest thing since the biggest thing's been the biggest
because
thing.
I looked at some backstory on Constantine, like you said, and apparently you can drop him from space and he'll just get up.
Honestly,
I was like, whoa.
I love the Keanu Reeves movie with him being portrayed as Constantine. But let's get back to the fall right quick. I want to walk everybody through the plot. They want to run up on Darkseid. Mm-hmm. The plan goes awry. They're trying to...
Very wrong.
Which, by the way, that comes out of nowhere.
They try to figure out a way to get the team back together and then in the end, fight Darkseid. That is literally the plot. Those 4 points. So...
And as quick as you said that, the movie dragged that out. And they dragged it out in a way that you didn't realize that was the plot.
So, okay. The Marvel Cinematic Universe. Endgame was the last movie. What was the movie before that?
Infinity War.
What was the movie before Infinity War?
Captain Marvel.
Okay. Imagine, if you will...
The movie before Infinity War was Black Panther.
Okay, my bad.
Imagine, if you will, that you're watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, you watch Black Panther, and then you go straight to Captain Marvel, and then go to Endgame. That was this movie. We didn't have an Infinity War before we had an Endgame, because that's all this was.
They want us to believe that the Infinity War for this was Justice League War, the very first movie.
You can't do that.
So, getting back to the plot of the movie, let's deconstruct the beginning. So the beginning, Superman calls everybody in the Justice League and says, all right, cool. We
Like,
want to run up.
Get your ass in here right now.
Now, like, this Superman is a real dickhole because he like, we do, okay, everybody, let's meet. Constantine and everybody roll up. It's like, Constantine, why you need us? The starting to lineup is right there. What are we here for? He's like, all right, we need to run up on the dark side because he may be a problem. And everybody looked around.
Everybody was like, no.
And I
even
forgot
Luthor was like, who is on the Justice League with no explanation.
So I found the explanation. It's because we stopped watching all the movies. But he was in one of those Superman movies, standalone movies.
I do not care.
So Superman is like, everybody, he's out there. You know, he could come down here at any point and piss in our cereal bowls. And Constantine,
like, you don't want to go holler at him first?
And Constantine and Lex Luthor are like, this doesn't make any sense. This isn't our fight. Like, you basically, and then Constantine literally looks in the face and like, look, man, everybody ain't bulletproof like you. If you go pick this fight is gonna come down to
Everybody.
the world.
Yeah.
He's like, and Superman's like, fuck this. We need to run. Y'all don't understand. He almost killed me.
So,
He's trying to kill my father.
again, because we didn't watch these movies, apparently Darkseid created Doomsday.
Yeah.
And we know how that turned out for Superman, right?
So he's still a little salty about that.
I feel like I'm wrong, but he said he created Darkseid.
No, he said that.
Okay,
He created
so
them.
this-
He created Doomsday.
So let's start right there. This is the part that pisses me off, and this is how I know this was a throwaway movie. Batman, Wonder Woman, and the Flash, without any hesitation, was like, yeah, let's do this. All right, yeah, let's roll.
Yeah,
Why was Constantine and Lex Luthor the only voices of reason?
Because Lex and Constantine was like, maybe he wants something.
And you know they not gonna listen to Lex because he's an asshole.
So why even bring him on the team?
And they were making the most sense. They was like, yo, how about we investigate this first before we just go run up on this man?
And Superman smashes at a console and was like,
That he didn't pay for. And was like, we doing this. If you ain't on my team, you against me. And everybody like, well, shit. I guess we're going to space. Fuck my weekend plans.
So I have to say something, and this is about the whole movie overall. I don't believe this movie. And I don't mean, how dare this movie have the audacity to do A, B, and C.
Even though that too.
I mean, I literally don't believe this movie, and let me explain why. Okay, so picking up from where you left off, so we're going to space now. Okay, I did some calculations. I'm not the greatest at math, but fuck it, here it goes. Okay, they took 3 javelins to space.
to run up on a planet.
To run up on a planet. Okay, we only saw inside one javelin, and that was the one Batman was piloting. For the sake of whatever, let's pretend the other 2 was piloted by Superman and Wonder Woman. Okay, so I counted the Leaguers in that plane about 10. So 10 times 3 is 30. 30 motherfucking Justice League members went to the planet to Apokolips and got worked.
Well, mind you,
They've never shown us any other god other than Darkseid.
well, hold on, let me explain.
He beat all of them.
So let me explain. Yeah, this is why I believe that. So
I don't.
So come to find out why this is all being started. Cyborg, who's created by the Mother Boxes, who's been created by Darkseid, is videotaping the entire plan to Darkseid.
He'll know.
So wait. He knows where they're coming. He knows what time they're showing up. They know who's going to be on the front line, who's the main hitter and everything. If I set a trap for you, I don't care who you bring it. Because now it's the same Batman logic that we throw out there. If I can plan when you come and where you land, I got the heaters for you. So when they show up, everybody ready for their ass. So he's like, okay, cool. You can barely handle one Doomsday. I'm gonna create a whole army of the motherfuckers.
So here's my thing though, and then they show us that like they're stabbing these things and killing them.
Yeah.
They're not as strong as Doomsday. They're stronger than the regular parademons. So they're still a problem.
That's why I still don't believe this.
I get what you mean.
So here's the other thing.
Because we got facts to back up.
So here's the other thing though, and this just goes to show that They
needed to lose.
They drew exactly.
That's right.
They made 30-hour movies and they still didn't fill out the universe. There is no way. Okay, the Justice League lose. I don't know why we didn't get to see that battle, but I didn't want to watch a movie where it was Superman walking around all day.
Hold on, before we even get to that, like you said, they had to lose because even if you saw the fight itself, it was like Superman was caught like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman.
Somehow the
Flash got caught? How?
Exactly.
They'll never explain that.
They never will.
A Green Lantern got
a
caught.
Lantern got caught.
So here's the thing. You telling me
Shazam got his leg cut off.
You telling me that, and this is why I don't believe this movie. The new guys didn't come. The Green Lantern Corps couldn't do anything. We just cut to Darkseid whooped their ass.
Lantern Corps didn't.
None of the other Lantern Corps.
We're gonna get to that.
Oh,
That's just
the movie. The movie set itself up to, like we said, the Justice League needed to lose. They came in unprepared, and that was the plot.
It had to show everybody being dummies because that's the only way this would work.
Yeah.
Everybody literally into a trap that was obvious. Trap is obvious. Like even if Cyborg didn't beam this, I knew this was a trap. So,
well, I would even say that they said that he sent 2 scouts in and then blipped them back to his dimension or whatever. So that's something you should take time and investigate. Like 2 scouts showed up and then disappeared.
And the fact that
that's not a declaration of war.
And the fact that Batman himself just aimlessly went with a Superman plan.
Well, we're gonna get to Batman because this is where Constantine comes in, and I gotta call bullshit on that.
So okay, we get there. The Justice League get murked, and Constantine is the only person who gets to walk away unscathed.
Some other people get away too, but we don't see how.
They barely get away.
Yeah.
But like Constantine opens up a portal and is like, fuck it, I'm out, and bounces. So
2 years later,
we're on the planet, and Clark Kent and so because he don't got to respect to be called Superman. Clark Kent and Raven shows up to a bar. I know this is the start of a joke. So and Etrigan for some odd reason is in there. And Constantine, they just getting drunk. So now he's trying to convince Constantine, you are the last hope for the world. I need you. And everybody's like, okay, let's do this. What's the project? We need to find Damian Wayne. Okay, this plan is falling off the hinges already. So Constantine is the last hope, and we need to find Damian Wayne.
So let me get this straight. The investigative reporter Clark Kent doesn't know where to find Damian Wayne. He can only be at 2 places, and we already know you went to Wayne Manor.
Hold up.
Where else is he gonna go? It's Damian Wayne.
I'm pretty sure even Raven would know where he is.
Exactly.
But this is how the movie also.
As a matter of
wait.
As a matter of fact,
The movie
she did know.
Yeah, the movie contradicts itself. So they're like, we need you to help us find Damian. Okay, cool. They go to Constantine. They're like, all right, this fight breaks out. Now, let me get to Damian. Oh, man, I might not have enough juice to take all of us. Raven says, fuck it, I'm going to take everybody. Why couldn't she do that in the beginning?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. In the movie, Damian is talking to Raven, and he's like, you could have went with me when I went to the League of Shadows or whatever. I invited you to go. You knew where he was going to be.
Because apparently Raven and Damian Wayne is a thing in this universe.
Yeah.
So they go around to try to find Damian. They find him with the League of Shadows. They're like, okay.
Their ninjas run up on him. They have a little whatever.
So they're like, all right, now we need to get the last of the Resistance together so we can go run up on Darkseid again.
While we're on Raven, okay, because we are skipping the obvious thing that needs to be discussed. The whole Trigon in her thing.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this was established in one of those
This
Teen
happened
Titans
in the
movies.
one of the Teen Titans movies.
So since that Teen Titans movie, she's been holding Trigon back this entire time.
Yeah.
Okay, my question: why was it different? Because like she was like, I can barely hold on to him this entire movie. What was the difference between then and now?
I'm guessing it was an emotional state because that's the only explanation I have. It's because everybody in front of her died, and now she has to be depressed, more depressed than she normally is, just to contain him.
One more thing to bring up. So Superman is useless because after he was caught, Darkseid's like, I'm gonna make you my bitch. And he carved a kryptonite tattoo into his chest. It says S stands for bitch now. And he made him watch as he turned all the Leaguers that was captured and made them into cronies. Including Batman, he took over his mind, Wonder Woman, and the rest of the Leaguers that he thought were fit. Which, I got a question about Martian Manhunter, but I'm gonna let that go.
Yeah, we're gonna let that go.
So now
I got a question about Starfire.
So they finally get to Damian, and it was like, okay, we're gonna meet the rest of the Resistance. It was held by Lois Lane, and we're gonna meet with them, which apparently is the rest of the Suicide Squad. So, okay, we're gonna run up on Darkseid with the Suicide Squad. Hold on, let me say that again.
Guns.
We're gonna run up on Darkseid.
Now the boomerang.
We're
That'll
gonna
work.
we're gonna run up on Darkseid
Dark side.
with the Suicide Squad.
And remember, 30 Leaguers couldn't beat him.
And Lady Shiva was there till they killed her.
They-
Such character assassination. Yeah.
The top martial artist in the DC universe.
The level of disrespect. She got a bullet to the head on the way to the mission.
Breath well, Shiva.
So we're on our way. We're going to the crew. Lois Lane has to fight Harley Quinn because feminism, and now everybody's ready to go fight Darkseid, and Luthor hooks him up with kryptonite weapons. All while this is going on, Batman is now working as a thrall of Darkseid. It's like, yo, what the fuck going on Earth, Luthor? You know, it should have been ready to be terraformed a long time ago. Mr. Batman, I promise. I promise I'm not trying to undermine you, Mr.
Character
Batman.
assassination.
Like I'm like Lex Luthor was on his knees the whole movie with like a cum bib around his neck. Because Batman,
He not wrong. That's the thing. Like he is not wrong. Like I'm sorry to interject. If you was a white character, you were either character assassinated. If you're a white male character, you're either character assassinated, or if you're a minority or a woman, you were killed in the most brutal fashion they could possibly muster. Like, seriously, no black people lived in Justice League Dark Apocalypse War.
They killed all the black heroes.
I don't know, the way they ironed out Cyborg, that was pretty fucked
They
up.
killed.
They killed all the black characters.
So now we're on the way. Everybody got their kryptonite weapons. Now the plan is there are 3 points that they need to occupy, like Call of Duty, the A, B, and C. There's 3 points that they need to occupy in order to call Darkseid away. When they call him away, the plan is to get Damian in front of Bruce Wayne, and somehow Batman will save us.
It was a 3. They literally laid out. It was a 3-part plan for this. Part 1, get Damian to Darkseid and in front of Bruce Wayne. Part 2. Part 3, profit. That was the plan.
So
You're not wrong.
there's 2 of the points. There's 3 points they got to take care of, but apparently they only got enough manpower to do 2. And it's funny because Constantine literally turns around and is like, "Wait a minute, your plan is the first plan that we lost in?" And Superman was like, "You don't understand. This time it's gonna work.
We got Batman's son this time.
This way, and we gonna put him in front of Batman." And
It almost worked with Dick, but you know that didn't work out.
so like I said,
Character assassination number 45.
so he's like, "Yeah, just as long as we can do that, profit." So so now it's the Suicide Squad. They're taking care of this at one point, and they're facing this swarm of Paradooms coming at them. And it's them and Lois Lane, and they're fighting them. And then the other ones are going to fight this other thing.
They basically had to send all the Paradooms to Earth.
Exactly.
So they were at the terraforming stations. So they basically were. It was a suicide mission for all of them.
5 minutes into it, they go, "Hey, we're failing. And everybody turns to Superman like, look, you bitch. But Constantine was like, wait a minute, I gotta play it. So he goes to the other third terraforming station, whips out his dick and starts peeing on the ground. Swamp Thing comes out and is like, what are you doing? Last time I told you, and then if I catch you, I'm gonna kill you. And then Constantine's like, yo, you can kill me. That's cool. But you see that machine right there? It's killing the Earth. You might want to go take care of that first. So Swamp Thing,
what was he doing?
This entire time that he just let that ride.
So Swamp Thing, nobody apparently knew how to contact Swamp Thing except for Constantine.
So why do we have to contact Swamp Thing to tell him that his Earth is being destroyed? Like, the thing was right next to where you lay it. and you just let them build this and continue to do this. Like, where were the Amazons? Where was Atlantis?
They were taking a nap. So Swamp Thing gears up and is able to take on the machine by himself.
Because he's Swamp Thing.
So, because my thing is, I'm looking at this
killed
like,
a bunch of Paradooms too. Why didn't y'all take him to Darkseid?
like maybe we should have grabbed Swamp Thing on the way. I don't know. So so now Darkseid gets called away.
He's going to Oa.
And he goes to Oa to pretty much to measure his dick. And he goes to Oa, starts killing Green Lanterns left and right. And this part was so unnecessary.
The Corps would never. The Corps would never let that.
Not like that. So he lays them out, and Jon Stewart is, of course, one of the last remaining one, and he does this whole spiel where he recites the oath as he goes towards the lantern to charge his ring. And, of course, Darkseid kills him within a split second of touching the ring, and you see his body there, which is
Skeleton.
Which is one of the most disrespectful ways to lay out Jon Stewart.
High tier disrespect.
Because I'm like, yo, you might want to speed through this oath so you can get that shit. And he's like, it's bright as day. He said the oath like he was singing the national anthem.
Exactly.
Long and overextended. So finally, Darkseid's called away. We're in front of Batman. All right.
Well, they jump through the portal. They turn invisible. Like, all right, this is gonna be a cakewalk. Oh, we just stepped in a puddle. Turns out that puddle was Mera and the rest of the
Justice Leaguers who got transferred.
And Starfire, who was there but shouldn't have been because
she's part of the Teen Titans.
And that bitch was on Earth. So you telling me out of all of the dead bodies and all of the other superheroes that was there, you picked Starfire and took her back to Apokolips?
Yes.
Like, why?
Because the writing is bad. So now they gotta fight them, but then magically they're able to get free Wonder Woman from the spell. And my thing is, if it was so easy to free people from the spell, and you have, I don't care.
No, they use magic to free her from the spell with the lasso.
After she killed Etrigan, who was talking high tier shit.
Well, to be fair, Etrigan was putting in work before they got there, and he had a sad the entire movie, but they didn't really explain why.
They never explain why. Like, not at all.
Because that will require character development. We ain't got time for that. So she kills him. Wonder Woman's awakened, and now Wonder Woman, which doesn't explain how Darkseid is able to beat her so quickly, is able to handle 5 Leaguers on her own. 5 modified Leaguers on her own. So she's sitting there putting in work, and they finally get to Batman. And then he's like,
okay, here's the plan.
Here's the plan. All right. Go hug your daddy. And Bruce is like, first of all,
I'm about to kill this little motherfucker.
First of all, your mom had to rape me to hell. Second of all, Dick is my son. And third of all, who the fuck are you? And then Damien's sitting there. Father.
I know you don't mean it, Father.
I didn't know you were so cold.
Exactly.
So he ends up getting killed.
Cold-blooded dad.
He ends up.
Well, yeah, Darkseid comes back, and we're like, oh snap, Darkseid's back. And Darkseid's like, oh no, continue. Continue with this plan. I want to see how this. I want to see how this
works out.
Tell me when you get to the profit part. I'm be over there.
So he's like, yeah, you know what?
Pour
Go
me a
ahead.
drink.
As a matter of fact, Batman, go ahead and kill your sack child. So Batman goes over and starts working him, and then he goes for. He's like, I can't kill him. And he's like, oh, shame, I'll make a baby.
And that was the only death that I was like, you know what, I'm cool with that. 'Cause I don't like Damian Wayne, but they disrespected the shit out of him.
So Damien takes the hit from Leo Baker B.
And apparently it aged you 90 years or something.
He was burnt, aged. Literally, the only part of him that was regular was this one eye. Everything else was burnt and black.
And
He looked like a McDonald's burger.
And of course, you know, Batman got to get his do his thing, so he threw a batarang in Darkseid's eye. Apparently, you can do that to Darkseid.
All this is going ahead, and surprise, surprise, Raven freaks out and releases Trigun because Damien died and she ain't got nothing to live for. So Constantine is like, Trigun, you may possess my body if you destroy Darkseid. And Trigun's like, fuck you, bitch. Takes over Superman's body and then snaps Constantine's neck.
And so at that moment, I was like, "Oh damn, movie's over now. There's no more Justice League Dark. Cool."
And,
Right.
and after, when, you know, not that I cared that you spoiled it for me, but when y'all told me that Flash ran back in time, I thought this was the part where he'd just be like, oh shit, and just run, and then credits.
So, oh, by the way, when Trigun possesses Superman's body, he accidentally erases the kryptonite symbol that was keeping his powers in check, locked down. So he's going.
Oh, it wasn't on accident.
No,
So-
He wanted
with
full
hellfire.
He wanted full Kryptonian access.
So, and that's exactly what he got. Then at this point, the movie audio flips out and X gonna give it to you co-stars playing. Because Trigun works the shit out of Darkseid. And you know what? I gotta give it credit on this one. He starts putting them hands to him, and then Trigun looks at him and is like, huh, you a new guy. I'm not impressed. He's beating the ever-loving shit out of Darkseid. Darkseid's like, wait a minute, time out. I need some water.
Did you tell him dehydrated?
And all while this is going on, you know, Constantine is in heaven. I don't know how.
Zatanna pulled some strings.
Said then he's like, yeah, I'm in heaven. You know, everything is hunky dory now. You ain't got to worry about it. And he's like, oh, but you got to go back to Earth because your work ain't done. Sends him back to Earth and revives Constantine.
And we find out something major plot point here. Zatanna is the one that.
Wait. Before that, first of all, apparently Batman didn't really trust Superman's plan.
Because he told Zatanna to mind control John if something goes wrong, to use him as a contingency plan to escape and get off of Apokolips if something goes wrong.
So here's my question.
I got questions too.
Okay, so we find out about that. You said apparently Batman didn't trust Superman's plan.
Yes.
Okay, unless I interpreted it wrong, she put that spell on him when they were in bed before they met for that meeting. So that
I think they did it before they left for the mission, because she told him that Bruce told her to do that. So she had to have been informed about the mission first.
So here's the thing, because she said something backwards in bed at the beginning of the movie. Yeah, she says a word backwards, but it's kind of unclear because he's waking up.
So yeah, she could have been told about it before that, and it could have been like, yo, Zatanna. Superman wanted to see
that is true. Like Batman already, like they were coming to the PowerPoint meeting.
Yeah, Batman already
So he
knew.
probably
The mission was already planned.
Probably called up like, yo, is he up yet? Well, before he wake up, I need you to make sure you put this spell on him because Superman about to do something stupid. I don't trust it.
Bye.
Did y'all see that Batman was the only one like physically unscathed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With a new suit, by the way.
Oh yeah, a new badass suit, by the way.
So that's my thing. Batman's contingency plan was Constantine And then what?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Because contingency plan was Constantine,
So
Prophet.
So Trigun leaves is forced out of Superman's body, but now Superman is back and he can fight Darkseid, and they can go for 5 minutes because we gotta waste some film here, and then they go back and forth, and then he eventually like beats him and knocks him unconscious.
Well,
They're trying to leave.
Yeah, so the plan is they talk to Cyborg. Cyborg's back. He's like, I'm gonna get you guys off the planet. I'm gonna
He's
send
a
this.
wall, by the way. Because
Yeah, he's attached to the wall.
He's an Alexa.
the source wall.
He's an Alexa. That's what he is. They're like Cyborg, open the side wall.
So
Open
you
the
said
side
source
now.
wall, but how does that make sense when we know what the source wall is?
Trust me, I was like, they don't even know what they're talking about when I heard, because he was like, I'm the source wall, and I was like,
No, you're not.
no.
Yeah, the
I
source
don't
wall
believe
is
He's
something.
just another humiliated person of color in this.
So he opens up the portal for them to be able to escape. Constantine and Raven give Trigon his physical body back, so he can go box with Darkseid some more. And
What I thought was funny was, so they boxing and shit, and so then Darkseid look over, and he's like, hold up, is that the portal? Trigon like, nope. Come here, boy.
Like Trigun, like I've never seen Darkseid get bitched this hard. It's like Trigun went up to us like, I like you, and I want you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
He was like, thank you, daughter.
so even though this was a weird experience of seeing Trigon fight Darkseid, it really didn't do anything for me at the end because it was just literally just guys just boxing.
Yeah, and that was the thing. I think the people who created this movie thought this is gonna be awesome.
No,
And it
because even
was.
at the end, so we get to the end and they're like, yo, so the world is jacked. And we kind of need you to undo Flashpoint. And
no, we need you to do another Flash.
Sorry, do another.
So I don't know if you realize, but the Justice League was over here like, there's hope. We can do something.
And they was saying-
it's like we have like about at least a year to come up with another plan. And then Constantine walks over to Flash like, yeah, so that Flashpoint thing, I need you to do it one more time.
The Earth was fucked. Like,
Yeah, and then Superman. If I was Batman, I would be like, no.
So here's my plan. Why wasn't the plan, hey, go free the Flash? That's all you need to do.
No, my question is, why didn't Darkseid kill Flash? Like, they say that he was powering the planet or whatever with his speed. He didn't really need that.
Yeah, no, he did.
That wasn't necessary.
But my thing is, hey,
on top of the fact that
Go
he
free.
could, Flash could leave whenever he wanted to.
my thing is, why couldn't he just vibrate out of his things?
I don't know because they'll never explain to you how you catch the Flash, like they killed Wally West as well. But we won't get into that.
But my whole thing is like, why wasn't the plan, hey, go free the Flash, tell him go back to this date and slap Superman?
Well, they also supposedly they don't believe that Flashpoint happened.
Which is so weird to me.
So he makes a point to say at the beginning of the movie, I know you guys don't believe me about Flashpoint. Blah blah blah.
But Batman is aware of it.
Black Man is aware of it, and
Constantine is aware of it.
Constantine's not aware of it till the end of the movie, after he touches Flash or something like that.
Yeah, something happened and
He gets
saw
Flash's memory.
Flashpoint.
Yeah,
But if anybody would know that Flashpoint is real, it's Batman.
yeah, but
I'm done. So, all in all, how we rank this movie?
0. You know
0
why.
out of what?
What do you give it?
It 0. This can I just I'm sorry, I need to rant.
Go for it.
This was the most immature thing I've ever seen in my life. Like seriously. I know it was a cartoon, but this was the most immature, self-gratifying piece of garbage that I've ever seen. And I've seen some crappy movies. Some really crappy movies.
Can I chime in for 2 seconds?
Yes.
I've never seen such a poor excuse for the use of the Suicide Squad since the actual movie. So This
movie.
the real movie with the people and and the genie.
Just say all of them. Just say all the Suicide Squad movies.
But what about the Ayer cut?
No. What's his name?
Will Smith.
Yeah. No, I'm talking specifically the Will Smith one because as asinine as that plot was, this one was even worse. You're gonna take people, regular ass people, and a half shark who fucked Constantine to stop the dark side. Okay.
And by the way, let John finish his immature point because that's another immature thing I saw.
This was just like all the egregious cursing, the violence that was just there for violence sake. Like, we didn't need to see all of this.
How many times can you tear a woman in half?
This was a fanboy's wet dream.
It really was. This was fan fiction, and when I knew it was fan fiction, was the Paradooms. That was some nerd in their mom's basement. We're gonna mix Doomsday with Parademons, and no one can stop those. Yeah. Stop making Captain Marvel movies. That was that.
That explains why every woman got ripped in fucking half in this movie.
And here's the thing, I just thought it was really weird that they ripped people in half multiple times in case we didn't get the point the first time.
Especially Billy Baxton, who apparently, so they rip his leg off for some odd reason, and then we get to watch a 10-year-old boy go off into the distance and die.
And here's the other thing. The plot was stupid. You two have pointed out several plot holes in this movie. But even the way the story is written and constructed. Okay, you know what really irked me about this movie? It was hyped as this big Justice League thing. And then the big Justice League thing happened off panel. And then when they show us the Justice League thing, it's like a montage. Like, this movie was literally an hour of Superman walking around.
Honestly, first of all, the thing that pissed me off about this was a Constantine movie. Number one.
Shitty one at that.
Well, it was a Constantine movie because the Justice League Dark members were just sprinkled here and there.
How many? Which ones?
You just saw they were cameos in their own movies.
Yes.
All I saw was Etrigan,
Swamp Thing, Zatanna, all of them.
That purple girl.
All of them who owns the house, all of them were literally cameos in their own movie. There was no reason the Justice League needed to be in this movie. Mm-hmm. There was no reason whatsoever. It could have literally been Justice League fails. We need to find a way to reset history. And that could have, you know what? We got to go through the spirit world to grab this person. We need to go to heaven to grab Zatanna. We need to pull people from different dimensions to get this to work. The whole Justice League part was so unnecessary.
So when I heard about this movie, like the commercials and whatnot, and I saw that it was Justice League Dark, Apokolips War, I thought, okay, Justice League fails, so Justice League Dark team needs to step up. And we're gonna see more magic users like Dr. Fate.
There we go.
We're gonna see Zatanna step up.
Goddamn.
We're gonna see Swamp Thing. Like, you know what?
Whoa!
I need to get off planet Earth or protect Earth more. Like, there's other magic users in
Madam
Justice League.
Xanadu.
Like,
where's this movie y'all talking about?
I thought that's what we're gonna get.
But no, we got this hot steamy pile of shit, and that was so uncohesive. It was so unnecessary. Like, Etrigan was just a bum. Why? Why was he there?
Where was Dead Man?
He was in the last
And
one.
look,
He got
I'm
killed.
a faded.
Where was
He got killed by Darkseid.
Where was my dude in green?
Spectre. Mm-hmm.
Where was Spectre?
Like,
You would
that's why
think
this movie doesn't make sense
The
because
Spectre
none of
would
those
never
people
let that happen.
Exactly.
A big cosmic event like that, and the Spectre just chilling at home eating popcorn.
And you tell me no villains fought Darkseid after he came
Where
to
were the
Earth?
magic villains?
There are villains more powerful than Darkseid that literally reside on Earth that would have handled Darkseid and his people had he came down. The Amazons would have handled Darkseid. Atlantis would have handled
Where's
Darkseid.
Brainiac? Where's
I said Brainiac too. Like seriously, like
It was the point of the movie was to they work backwards, and this is how I feel like DCEU wants to take notes from this, but they need to stumble there first. The point of this movie was to reset their animated universe, and then they work backwards from that. That's literally what they did.
Honestly, I don't think there was a point. I think
because they said all right, we have this. I think it was all contractual. Why I'm putting it like this. This is going to be our last animated movie for this segment of the Justice League that we created. But best believe, because it's animation, we're going to make more and more. But we just want to get done with this plot of characters.
This was literally.
So they said, let's get rid of it. Let's wipe it away. All right, now, so how do we get to that point?
This was literally the who's who of the animated world. All these characters thrown in for what? For what? Most of them was
to die.
Especially when you like
to die. They didn't even die to like establish Darkseid like henchmen. Like
half of the characters
this is animated torture porn. That's literally what
exactly
half of the characters that
was.
they disrespect that I'm not even a fan of, and I'm like, why did you have to do that?
Like that was
where's
unnecessary.
Shazam's nemesis?
Black
Adam. That's what I said. Like come on now.
there was no point. The whole point was to paint this picture of a hopeless future, and then this one bright light that was Constantine. But
so
my thing is,
so they just animated the DCEU.
Why, if that's the case, then why not just call this Constantine 2? Search for something. I don't know, but this had absolutely nothing to do with the Justice League Dark members.
No,
it really didn't. But that's okay. DC plans on fixing the Justice League Dark through J.J. Abrams.
So anyway,
do you have any speculations about where this is going in the future?
Yeah, it's gonna be another one, but they're gonna do the same thing with the Snyder
I got
version.
speculation.
I got one too. I'll go first. All right.
Okay.
They've held our attention for so long with this Watchmen crossover shit.
Oh.
We finally got the TV show. The comic book finally finished, right?
Doomsday Clock.
That story finished, right? Mm-hmm. I think when Flash resets his universe, we're gonna get some Watchmen.
Doomsday Clock.
I think we're gonna get it.
Dude, man.
We're gonna have to deal with Dr. Manhattan. That's just my guess.
What
you got?
That's actually an astute guess. So what I'm thinking is because so here's the thing. I thought it was weird that out of nowhere they just because when this movie was first like announced or whatever, they was like Justice League Dark, Apokolips War or whatever, and it was like, okay, another one of these dumbass movies. And then like later down the line it comes out and it's like, this is the last one. And I was like, and you know those BuzzFeed articles, so to speak, or those buzzword articles, so I was like, they're stopping all those movies. And then I read the article and it was like, no, like we're just stopping
this story.
The line of movies that we've been telling, we're just stopping this story. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then I thought about it and I was like, you know, it's pretty weird that they just all of a sudden randomly decided we're done with this story. And the reason why I think they did that is because notice around the time that this movie came out, there's a little thing that just dropped this weekend called HBO Max.
That's true.
So, wouldn't it be cool if we started animating new Justice League movies and putting them exclusively on HBO Max?
I'm gonna tell you where they need to go, and this ain't gonna happen for a while. But there's a storyline out there that needs to be told.
Blackest Night.
The Brightest Day.
Sure.
Of course, Blackest Night to follow.
Blackest Night was first, and then you gotta have Blackest Night first.
Sorry.
And then Brightest
You're right. Blackest Night. Sorry. Blackest Night, Brightest Day is one of the outside of Hush is one of the greatest greatest DC comics that I've ever read.
And you saw what they did to Hush.
Oh my God, they. Wait for the Hush review later. But if they don't do that, then now that is a wasted opportunity because you've already done Flashpoint.
But they seem to be very fickle with their Green Lantern stories.
But my thing, but they're showing that they're opening up. We saw that they've done the Flashpoint Paradox. We saw that they've done Injustice. We saw that there's different stuff that they're hitting. So we at least know that at some point that should be on the table. But,
I agree with you on the opening up part because I think because these movies that have been coming out, they rarely stepped outside of it being a Justice League movie or a Batman or a Superman movie. They've done Aquaman and Wonder Woman
Wonder
and
Woman
stuff.
finally got a movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, they've done those, but those have been like few and far between. Even like the only reason we got like Constantine and Zatanna is because they had to do a Justice League Dark movie, but they had to label it Justice League Dark, and then Batman had to be in the first movie. But I think with HBO Max, because no one's watching DC Universe, but I think with HBO Max, they can make whatever they want because it's just going to be on their app, and they won't lose anything for it because it's there. You can watch it whenever you want, and you can probably be interested in that character.
So there's a lot of speculations of what they're going to be doing next, especially in this genre. They got a lot of ground to play in, but you know they're shoveling with a spoon. But you know, maybe what is it out there that you guys want to see? Maybe there's some storylines out there that you guys want to see animated and you know brought to the forefront and done correctly. But you know what, with DC, that's a roll of the dice. But thank you guys for joining us for this episode. This one was a tough watch. It really was, and we highly recommend that you go watch something else. So like and subscribe, but until next time, peace.